Hey guys, so seeing as the LEGO Star Wars Episode 9 sets came out almost a year ago now, it's been about 11 months, I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at these sets and see how well they hold up now that we've seen the movie and have had time to sit with these sets. So in front of me here I have the entire launch wave of Rise of Skywalker sets, not including the non-Episode 9 ones like the AT-ST or Yoda or that weird Death Star thing that nobody wanted. This is strictly just Episode 9 sets, so I have all 5 that came in the launch wave. In the front here is the Pisana Speeder Chase, which was $40, the Millennium Falcon, which was $160, the Ywing, which was $70, the Awing, which was $30, and then Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle in the back, which was $130. So they're kind of packed in right now, but I will be taking a quick look at each set individually, and then coming back at the end to discuss my thoughts on the wave as a whole. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'll start with the cheapest set and work my way up. So here's the Awing, which retailed for $30, like I said in the intro. And you got 2 minifigures for that price. We have Lieutenant Connix and Snap Wexley, and neither minifigure is that crazy or insanely good, but both are fine figures, and I think provide a good value for a $30 set. You don't really need anything more than that for an Awing. And the Awing itself is a pretty good build. I actually really like this one. It is a little sticker heavy in some spots, but overall a very nice build. And just a very nice set. I think it presented a good value for $30 and was a fun experience putting it together, and I think it is a very nice model overall. Next up is the $40 Pisana Speeder Chase, and this one came with 3 minifigures plus BB-8. And 2 of these minifigures, the First Order Jet Trooper and this other Stormtrooper dude, have remained exclusive to the set, which I think adds to the set's value. The First Order Jet Trooper is one of my favorite figures from the wave, and Rey and BB-8 are a nice inclusion. Rey was exclusive upon release of the set, but since is not. And moving these out of the way, I'll take a quick look at the set itself. And this one definitely presents the best variety in terms of different builds, because you have this First Order Tread Speeder, which is a very different design, and although it was kind of useless in the movie, it is still a very cool LEGO build, and I like its inclusion. And then the main speeder is a decent build. I'm not a huge fan of it, if I'm being honest, but I mean, it looks okay. It's accurate to the on-screen model, or on-screen vehicle, I suppose. And it has some interesting building techniques, like using the forklift thing in the back. But overall, I think the speeder is just kind of mediocre in my opinion. And then you get this little side build, which is really just there to tack on some pieces and make the price feel more worth it. And in my opinion, it really doesn't. I don't know what this is doing here. It really doesn't add anything to the sets or any play value or display value at all, in my opinion. And in my opinion, this set was not worth $40. I do think this one is the worst of the wave. So moving on to the $70 Ywing Starfighter, you get a pretty decent minifigure selection with this one, 3 figures and then 2 droids. And the Poe Dameron, which is on the left here, is probably my favorite Poe Dameron that LEGO has done. Really like the little bag accessory that they used, and overall I just really like the way that the figure turned out. Zori Bliss, nice figure, but just kind of meh for me. Astromech Droid is a pretty cool inclusion. Dio, a nice way to get him. And then the Snowtrooper, the cape is kind of gimmicky just to sell more toys in terms of why they did it for the movie. But as a LEGO figure, I like the way that it looks. So overall, a pretty solid figure lineup. And moving on to the Ywing itself, I have to say this is a pretty nice build. I really liked putting this one together. I think that the middle section looks really good. It is pretty sticker heavy towards the front, but I think it is worth it because this Ywing looks great. Very smooth with like the shaping in the front. The spring-loaded shooters do stick out, but you can just easily leave those out if they bother you. You have the bomb dropping feature, which is nice. And then really the only bad thing about this set is that these things, when you have to put them together, you have to bend the pieces a little bit, and I don't like that, so I'm hoping that these don't snap over the set's lifetime. But overall, I do think that is a good build. You have a spot for a pilot and the Astromech Droid, just like any regular Ywing. And overall, even though it is a pretty resistance version of the craft, you can't pass it off as a Rebel Ywing, I still think this is a very nice set, and I really like the way that it looks. And next up is the $130 Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, and this was basically LEGO's redo of the Wave, but I think it was completely justified to make up for the Kylo Ren Shuttle in 2015. You get 6 minifigures, which are all fantastic. If I just zoom in on these guys, you can see you get Kylo Ren on the left, then 2 Knights of Ren, General Pride, a Sith Trooper, and then a First Order Stormtrooper. And the only bad minifigure here I would say is the First Order Stormtrooper. I would have preferred another Sith Trooper, but overall this is probably the best minifig lineup of the Wave. And the Command Shuttle itself looks great in its correct black color. This is definitely an insane step up from the 2015 model, especially with the wings actually being able to fold out. You can also extend these up, just like the 2015 one, to get the full flying mode for the shuttle. And this one does have a little less interior space than the 2015 one, since there's nothing in the back, but still a decent amount of interior space to use for your figures. And overall, I think this set is just an incredible redo for LEGO, so much better than the 2015 model, and overall just an incredible looking vehicle. And last up is the $160 Millennium Falcon. And this one comes with 5 minifigures and then 2 droids for a total of 7 figures. And these guys are a decent lineup. The first 3 figures with Old Lando, New Style Finn, and Bulio are fantastic minifigures. But then things just kind of go off the rails with another Chewbacca, another C-3PO, another R2, and Dio, which is already in the cheaper Ywing. So minifigures are kind of split 50-50. The first 3 are good. The last 3 are just kind of meh, and then Dio is eh. And the Falcon itself is anything but average. I would call this the best Millennium Falcon that we have had, barring any UCS version. And the reason for that is LEGO fixed the panels, which you all know by now. It's old news at this point. But this was just amazing to see when it was first revealed, and I think this makes it, like I said, the best playscale Millennium Falcon that we have had. The interior is nothing to write home about, but it does provide plenty of space for your minifigs. And just this Falcon is definitely the best one. It's the 3rd time I've said that now. But so I definitely mean it when I say it. Great Falcon, good interior space, but the detail on the inside is nothing crazy. But the best thing about this is definitely just how they fix the panels, and just overall this Falcon looks absolutely incredible, and I think it was definitely worth the $160 price. Before I close out on the Wave as a whole, I thought I'd just give you a look at all the minifigures at once. And overall, I think the minifigures of this Wave are pretty solid, except with a few misses in the Falcon here with just some very common figures. But overall, I think all the new minifigures especially look great. Some highlights in Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle and the Falcon with like the Knights of Ren, Lando, Bulio. And there's a good ratio of main characters in cheap sets and main characters in expensive sets. So you get Rey in a cheap set, Poe in kind of a mid-range set, and then Finn in an expensive set. So I think good balance there. And overall, I think the minifigures this Wave are just very good. So what do I think of this Wave as a whole? I think that 4 out of 5 sets are very good. I think the Sauna Speeder Chase is just bad set, bad price. But the other 4 are very good. Best Falcon we've had, great Kylo Ren Shuttle, and the other 2 are just very nice builds. And the only thing holding these back is that it was a bad movie in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions as well. Rise of Skywalker was just not a good movie. But purely as LEGO sets, as LEGO products, I think that these things are great value, good figures, and great builds as well, again, except for Sauna Speeder Chase. So really the only thing holding these back is that it was a bad movie, so if you didn't like the movie, you're probably not going to want to get the sets now. But I will say that this is the first and only sequel trilogy movie that I have gotten all of the launch Wave sets for, so that has to say something for the quality of these sets, that it made me want to get them before the movie was even out. So purely as LEGO toys and display models even, I think that these are great sets with great value, but just with the source material, these definitely are pulled down by the poor quality of Rise of Skywalker. So, like I said, as a whole, this Wave is good sets, but just bad source material. And you guys can know what you think of this Wave and even Rise of Skywalker if you want by leaving a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this different type of video from me, please leave a like on the video. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you never miss when I upload a new video. And that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.